This is the Viewsonic E70 PC monitor, featuring a 43cm tube or 17 inches in size with 16 inches of viewability. It has a slight curve to it. The monitor was manufactured in April of 2001. Right now it's got a Sega Dreamcast hooked up via VGA. Very respectable, the Dreamcast output of VGA, running House of the Dead 2. Looking down at the top, it's in actually quite good condition. Very good condition, this particular one. There we go, model number. Gee, it's got a big model number, that VCDT. Multi-volt, 100 to 240 volts, manufacturing date. IEC connector for the power, VGA cable running out, hardwired in, typically as they often are for PC monitors. No BNCs, some more details, big Viewsonic. Let's have a look behind the curtain. I'm surprised not to find more shielding. Some PC monitors have got layers of metal shielding all around them, which makes it hard to get inside, but not for this one. There's our label there, Changhua M41, 41 centimeters in size, monitor grade of course, made in Malaysia, as is the whole monitor, if I didn't point that out on the outside before. Bit more heavy duty on the shielding around the neck board, but that's about it. Bit messy with the wires hanging all around. Here's the monitor swivel base, optional, that can be put on to give you a fair degree of rotation and tilt. I normally don't do any reviews of PC monitors. It normally would have to be something exceptional if I were to give a video, but this one at least came in its box, which I thought was good. I thought, well, I may as well film this, seeing that it's come my way. Ingram, Melbourne. Keep going around. There we go. The contents. I don't have the Wizard CD-ROM, that's for sure. I do have the instructions, however. There's the setup guide, all unfolded, multilingual. Not that there's too much to do to just initially connect it to a PC or anything. Back with the Dreamcast on using Artemio's 240p test suite. See the link in the description below to download that. The monitor has 4 buttons on the front, plus a 5th one for power. When it's on and there's a signal received, it's illuminated green on the LED there. It's amber if there's no signal accepted. In our menu, contrast and brightness. Contrast is fairly high, brightness not so much. Horizontal and vertical position, horizontal and vertical size, pin cushion, trapezoid, tilt. I've used all these to already adjust the Dreamcast picture. Degauss. Color, we can select from 5000 Kelvin, 6500, 9300. That gives a very blue look. Less blue. 5000's a bit more warmer. Then there's a customizable one where you can adjust the red and the blue. Whoops. Exit that. Language, obviously self-explainable. OSD position's quite good. You can actually change where you want the on-screen display to be displayed. That's handy to get it out of the road of any color bars or things you have on the other part of the screen, so it doesn't interfere with your calibration. Memory recall, obviously that goes back to a default setting. View meter shows you what sort of frequencies are going into the monitor. Dreamcast 31.4 on the horizontal and 60 on the vertical. That's about it, not too complicated. However, it's got what you need. It's got the basics at least, and this is the sort of thing I wish televisions would have without going into any service menus to access them. And I've said that many times before. Let's check the geometry of the unit. I've already adjusted it. It's centered pretty well, looking pretty good. This is not unusual for PC monitors, though. They are very precise things compared to regular CRT televisions. Again, that's centered pretty well, pretty straight. A little bit pale down in the corner there. It needs to be degaussed. But you can't really go wrong with PC monitors. Moving on from the Dreamcast to the Xbox 360, another console with native VGA output. given that the 360 is far more powerful than the Dreamcast, we have a lot of different resolutions to choose from. I'll go for a normal aspect ratio, 4:3. Then with screen resolution, we start at VGA 640 by 480. Then we move up to a widescreen resolution, which works, and I assume I would, I don't know, it's automatically adjusted screen format. I suppose it would, wouldn't it? 1024 by 768 XGA, a 4:3 aspect ratio resolution. Yep, no problems. 1280 by 720p. So that is 720p HD, a 16:9 resolution. Doesn't seem to like that. We'll exit back out. No, we won't keep. Go back to XGA. Okay, so 720p is out. Then another very similar resolution, a little bit higher than 720p. Doesn't mind that one. It says widescreen, 1280 by 1024. That's actually suggested by the brochure for the monitor as the maximum resolution. It's supported. You can choose if you want to go widescreen or not. It's a strange aspect ratio, that one. I'll go back to normal. Screen resolution, 1360 by 768. Yeah, it doesn't mind it. 1440 by 900, which is WXGA plus. That's a 15:10 aspect ratio resolution. That'll give it a go. 1680 by 1050, WSXGA plus is what that resolution's called. Throw something up. Then 1920 by 1080, full HD, 1080p. Nah, don't like that. Too high. Come on. Finally got out. The best, really, I think, for this monitor, given it's a 4:3 aspect ratio, is 1024 by 768. That'll match it nicely. It's within spec. There's a list floating on the net of games that are supposed to support 4:3 aspect ratio on the 360, and this arcade edition version of Street Fighter 4 is supposed to support that. There's also discussion of what is the best 4:3 aspect ratio resolution, and it's not what I've got it on. However, I'm going to leave it as is and just go with what we've got. I'm sure there's some viewers that could chime in on what they think is best for 360 for 4:3 displays. I've got the lights off so that the camera will capture the screen a bit better. Turn the brightness down a lot so it doesn't need to compete with the lights anymore. Good old classic game, this one. Spent many hours on this. Anyway, it looks pretty damn good. Let's go on to the next thing. Finally, I'll finish the video back on the Dreamcast, playing Death Crimson Ox. It's a gun game, as you can see. There's no problem in 31K. That's what I like about the Dreamcast. It's compatible with its gun games on a 15K or 31K monitor without changing any settings at all. It just simply works. All in all, typical PC monitor, very sharp, very precise. Doesn't exactly pop out with bright colours, unlike a lot of televisions, but for what it does, it's very good. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.